Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good morning. Such a beautiful, beautiful morning. So, as I travel this time, I do not have a plan. I just go anywhere, and you go to any corner, anywhere that you can bump into some beautiful establishment, some churches. And this one, I went to this church, and something, it's a little bit old and not so not painted because it's not so much touristic, but I was just amazed by the design of it. Suddenly I was thinking, how could I even think about this complicated, intricate, this unthinkable, beautiful design? Our world come to a stage that we almost cannot overdo what have been done by our ancestors, by the people before us. It's just mind puzzling. It's just unbelievable. In such a daily life, you can go to see these beautiful, unbelievable things. So I was just walking in the street, and I did not have a plan. This is Notre Dame, the Fourvière. I think Notre Dame de Fourvière. It's one of the most important and the most significant landmark of Lyon. I have not yet been there. It's a must if you go to any tourist guide. This is one of the must visiting place. But I was just walking around, taking my time. Maybe tomorrow I will go. For sure I will go. And I was just charmed by the streets. This is the good thing about traveling by yourself. You have time to walk around, to be curious. Look at these wood toys and all these. Oh, and to be inspired. There is a lemon shop. They produce limoncello, they produce lemon liquor, they produce jam, everything. Tous les produits de Menton. I think Menton. It must be a famous place there. I was very inspired, but I did not buy anything. Oh, Guiol. I just love the name. Wait a moment. I just realized I pronounced it wrong. I think it's a Guignol. Guignol. It's a kind of puppy show, or with wood string, that kind of a children's show for children. And it's such a cute name, Guiol, and it's such a typical French thing, I think. And another thing about my traveling. Since I am traveling by myself, I have all the time in front of me. So I was tired yesterday, so today I decide just walk along the street and just be charmed and just to see as I do at home, tourist at home. I am starting to feel at home here. I start to walk around, and some streets I already know. Look at the view. Isn't it just unsinkable? Unsinkable. The city has been built for hundreds, thousands of years. So a lot of things preserved. It's an accumulation of thousands years of beauty, of work, of care, of passion, of dedication. They become old, but there is a beauty of aging, a true beauty of aging. There is something that is different if you are from another country. For example, I live in California. There are a lot of new development. Suddenly become something new. From a place there is totally nothing and become something new. But in France, but in a lot of countries, I mean not only France, a lot of cities who has already been built for so long time, there is much less room of development. I think this is one of the reasons that people immigrate, people move around, people go to search, for new opportunities, new chance, new land, to make new dream. And by traveling, you have a new perspective of the world. The world is becoming more melted, melanged, more blended. I think everyone deserves a chance to discover, to see something new, to live a better life. Although sometimes we can be from a place that is less developed, but human. We are all human. The birthplace should not be a restriction for us to dream big. I don't know, this thought is, it may be against some other people's thought, but we do not go too far from the political talking. Anyway, just get inspired to see different designs and to see different things. See, just anywhere you go, you bump into an establishment, you bump into a more serious establishment, and these little streets has artisanal shop, the art studio, art atelier, and it's very inspiring. All the first floor, almost all of them, becomes something new, something a new shop or things. You see, the life has been thousands of years. It's people need to find a venue for exploration. See the silk painting. People need to find a new way to express themselves. So there are a lot of shops that are making recycling, making handwork, and they still survive. It's the kindness of people. It's a community. And oh, this is the other library. And you see, the book are not so many, but the study room is very well used. It's almost occupied, fully occupied. And then I bump into a coffee shop and had an interview on the run with the owner of the coffee shop. And he is an artist, and he has his artworks on the wall, and he sells coffee.
L'appel diamant, c'est le pavonnier. Oui, voilà, moi je vous donne un exemple. Beaucoup de fois, les clients ils goûtent un espresso, ils me disent mais c'est quoi ce café? Je veux un sachet, du coup je veux le vendre aussi un café en grain. Puis voilà, en fait, moi je dis quand on fait les choses bien,
Oui.
ces produits sont résultat très vite.
Oui, le café est impeccable.
Ça,
And it's such a beautiful coffee machine. And one thing about this place is very simple. The design and everything is very simple. A table and chair, no internet, no plug to charge phone. It's for people to come here to have a chat. And I have another video about this interview. So I was sitting there. He was very kind to introduce me. Said, this is a coffee shop. You can see my artworks on the wall. So I was sitting there enjoying the coffee. The coffee is very unique. I mean, how do I say? The coffee is fresh, yeah, there is something very, it's a good coffee, definitely, it's a good coffee. So as I was sitting there, I was thinking, this is an inspiring story. He showed his artwork and make coffee, and so people are trying, everyone is trying to make the best, to live a life. There must be something that we can all hear something. So I asked him if I can do an interview, and then we made it. So I didn't think about it, but our Let's Dream Together series is expanding to international face-to-face interviews. Isn't it good? Yes, and this coffee shop has some artists, musicians, or just everyday people, ordinary people who live a life, who live with a hobby, who live with a passion, who live with a sense of living. And so it's just fun, and the music is very different. It's very cool, very cool. So I just keep on walking and walking, and looking for new different scenes, and bump into the street art, and yeah, it's just so different, and so interesting, don't you think so? It's different from when I visited other place like LA. There is new Silicon Valley, new development, new high-tech development, Austin high-tech development. Here it feels life is living here. Time is slow. Bye bye, friends. I love you. I really do. Do. Cuckoo. Bye bye.